Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and a wonderful witching hour to friends, folks, and fiends. Now, the episode last time was rather long, and that's because Mai here had informed us we'd be fighting an alpha. And I'm not gonna lie, made me a little nervous. Wasn't exactly too happy about it, but I don't think they would send something too big right off the bat. So, like, after completing a couple of dex entries, I figured, why not? Let's just run up here and see what she's got going. If I don't make it, tell my family that I love them. Oh, so even your professor decided to join us. He did? What? Dude. What? Thank goodness I got here in time. As a Pokemon researcher, I could hardly miss out on a chance to observe an alpha now, could I? I suppose that is your business. Fine. As long as you stay out of the way. Is it the Cricketot? This is Deer Track Heights. This is where I've come to pay tribute to a special Pokemon. A Pokemon descended from one of those ancients blessed by Almighty Sinnoh. That is Cricketoon. That's not Cricketot. Okay. Please tell me it's not like 26. That's not it. That's only a troublemaker. You disturb the peace with its racket. Yeah. It evolved at like 20, 26. And that's what you're here for, Ulf. To drive that interloper from this place. I'll ensure your Pokemon are ready for the battle. I really hope it's not level 26, because that's going to be rough. My highest is like 13. Upon my word, what a large specimen. Little wonder alpha Pokemon are feared across the land if they're all as oversized as this one. Exactly. They're not only big, though. They're strong and may know moves that others of their kind do not. They're not to be trifled with, let me tell you. Nevertheless, I want you to trifle with it. I believe you're stronger still than this alpha, so go show it that. Beyond any mistaking. Be careful. Size is a potent weapon in and of itself. No doubt this alpha is this powerful and hardy foe. If you must face it, make sure your Pokemon have some strong moves at their disposal. Dude, I still got starter ones, but alpha Pokemon are larger than others and may know moves that are rare for their species. They appear to be very difficult to catch. I want to catch it. I'm pretty sure I have to fight it first, though. Like, I don't think that's a choice. So, what up, dude? Let's boss battle. That is an iconic scream. Or as, like, annoying as Cricketot is, or Cricketoon. It's rather iconic. Press the Y button during battle to check the action order. Okay, that I already know. I found that on accident. Oh, it's level 12. Well. What? I also can aerial ace, but I was not expecting that from Cricketoon, but okay. Don't want to kill it. Rollout will kill it. But I think Bidoof's got a low enough attack that I can hit tackle. And then I guess try and catch it from there. Ooh. Let us. Will you be kind to me? Nice. I got me an alpha. I probably won't ever use it because it's Cricketune, but, you know, it works. It's something. I definitely blew that up more than I needed to. Whoa. What happened there? You really are an impressive one, aren't you? Seeing someone best in alpha like that truly reminds me of the legendary hero of old. Well, you know me, I am legendary. You'd best make sure your Pokemon are taken care of after facing off against such a foe. Starly's the only one that really took a hard hit. Weird. Weird what? Oh, this is the Stantler evolution. I still gotta get this in Scarlet. I don't remember how to evolve it though. Like Shield Bash or something? I looked it up a while ago. What's up, you majestic reindeer? He looks upon you with kindness, Ulf. He's cute. I'll give him that. I'd say the great Weirdeer has taken a liking to you. That is fortunate. He is an esteemed Pokemon that can dash across the expanse of his Hisui while bearing a human on his back. A human he deems worthy, at least. He is a blessing to us all. Remarkable. Truly outstanding stuff. A Pokemon letting someone ride on it? It's just like the ride Pokemon of Alola. Hold up. This is in the distant past, right? Like before Sinnoh was a thing. It was called a whole different region. How do you know about Alola and the ride Pokemon? Y'all don't even have technology yet, dude. Like, that is a bit of immersion breaking. Professor Lavington. Oh. I don't like that. That don't fit right. Captain Celine sent me. She said that once I've carried off this request, we'd be able to set up a base camp. About that, I know this is a joint decision by Adaman and the commander, but still, is it truly fine for us to set up more base camps like this? The Hisui region is a land created by Almighty Sinnoh for the sake of its Pokemon. As long as your goal is to coexist and thrive together with the Pokemon, then I imagine you should also be allowed to use this land as well. The Great Weirdeer has taken a liking to Ulf as well. This is a good sign. You have my thanks for what you did today. Our clan leader will hear of how you aided us. I come to show my appreciation with a proper reward as soon as I can. So you're giving me nothing right now, but later? But you'll give me something, right? But yeah, I built that up in my head way too much. That wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was going to be. If you want to coexist and thrive with Pokemon, we'll need to stop fearing them and start getting to know them better. That starts with completing the Pokédex. This is like the perfect game for me. I've always been a collector in these games. Even with the cards, I'm a collector. Anyway, we should be able to have that base camp set up once the construction core arrives. How many cores you got, dude? You got a food prep core too? Cooking core? Here we have it, our new base camp up on Deer Track Heights. I'll call it the Heights Camp. Oh, how creative. From now on, when you set out from the village, you can ask to be escorted to this base camp to start your excursions directly from here. Having another base camp to start from will be a great help on our surveys. Yes, Akira, you are correct. Nice work today, everyone. Let's say we all head back to the Wallflower. I guess I'm not getting a choice now. Okay. Well, I completed quite a few dex entries, so I'm good there. And I caught an alpha. Puts me at 8,400. Nice. I still got to complete Shinx. Oh, yeah, I need that quick attack. I thought I was done with you. Well, that's simple to beat, though. I caught an alpha specimen. And I caught one. But I can have it use X scissor. That's what, 246? Which would put me in 9. And have it use slash once. And that'll complete it. And Geodude, what are you at? So you're catching. That'll put it at 6. Evolve it, putting it at 8. And what, 3 rollouts? Or defeat some with grass or water type moves. So Rowlet can kill a couple. Because I'm assuming they're pretty common. You're complete, you cute little bastard. That should put me at 2, right? Nice. And that does put me at 2. I have to check some moves and stuff too. Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, please. And make it for 3 today as well. You're stuck with me, Benny. Have you all heard the grave news? That frenzied Cleavor from the rumors ended up mauling some of our galaxy folks who went out to investigate it this morning. The medical corps has had a hard time getting all the injured back on their feet. Ah, this is the Cleaver that was reportedly struck by powerful lightning, yes? I did hear. He's been behaving most erratically since then. Still, if further investigation is in order, the Survey Corps will, of course, step up to the task. A certain amount of danger is inevitable when researching a familiar Pokemon, but I'm sure Ulf here can handle things just fine. That's a Scizor evolution, isn't it? Or Scyther evolution. With like a rock or something? Are you certain? I've heard Cleavor is so mighty even alpha Pokemon don't compare to him. So he's boss. Okay. Now, you forget that the strengths of Pokemon are key items of information that we, the Survey Corps, are duty-bound to research. And since this perilous work of ours calls for a clear head and fighting fit physique, I do believe a good night's sleep is in order after this fine meal. And then I gotta go talk to... Silene and get my star. Good morning, Ulf. You should hurry to the commander's office before he decides to use you for sumo practice. Yikes. He already did that once and whooped my butt. So, you're not needed. You're crafting. You're not needed. All of this. Stun. Crafting. Berries. I can use this. I mean, you know what? No, you're getting stored. I'm going to store those. I'm not going to use them. They're not needed for now. So I'm not going to worry about them too much. If I get beat, then I'll start worrying about them. There you are. Let's hurry to headquarters. I do want to go by the crafting bench as well. Look who's being punctual. Finally realized you're wasting Almighty Sinnoh's precious time by bowing to a sham. Diamond and Pearl? Irida. There you go again, insisting on your false image of Almighty Sinnoh as a ruler of time. My fellow people, my people follow the true Almighty Sinnoh, the font of all creation and ruler of space. You could have all the space there is and still not know what to do with it. Excuse me? Are you really suggesting that you make better use of your time than we make of vast Hisui's space? Better than some. It's a miracle you showed up on time, O mighty leader of the Pearl Clan. I worried you get lost in the pointless vast space you're so fond of and never show up. Me, get lost in Almighty Sinnoh's great gift to the Pearl Clan, in our world's very basis? You wish. Well, I think hostilities are a little high between these two. I wish I hadn't let myself get dragged into arguing with you. Almighty Sinnoh, forgive me. What a waste of time. I'm off to Commander Kamado's office. I believe it was you who started this. Well then. Feisty, feisty. You can feel the tension when those two show up. You haven't met them, have you? The woman with the reverence for space is Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. The man who is going on and on about time, Adaman, leads the Diamond Clan. The Diamond Clan and Pearl Clan grudgingly coexist at the moment. Apparently things used to be less peaceful and a little bit more bloody, but the boss, I mean the commander, is waiting. We should save this conversation for after you report to him. Alrighty. But, okay, I am free, so... Wait a minute. What do you do? Ooh. Those may be useful. I think those are actually better than regular berries and stuff. If I recall what my cousin was telling me. Here are the craftworks. We sell materials and recipes. You do you? What do you have? A remedy? A honey cake. Ox power. I don't know what that does. An ox guard. I'm going to take this. So I can make 2 of those. And then I guess anything that likes honey will work well with that. Yes. That is my assumption to this. How many do I have? I have 50 in the bag. I'll do another 20. But I think I am going to go buy 2 of those cake lures. Because it's something about, like, they like them more, or they give you more time, or something along those lines. I don't recall what it was. But I have some honey that I can make these together. And for insects, bears, I'm assuming something along those lines. It'll be useful. Birds, maybe. It could be useful for any of them, so, you know. At least I think it can be useful for any of them. I don't quite know. There are some requests posted on the blackboard. Playing with Drifloon and bothersome Bidoof. It seems several people have spotted a Drifloon playing with one of the village children. Nikki from the security corps can tell you more. Speak with her and get to the bottom of this. Alright, now what's the other one? Seems a band bothersome Bidoof keeps sneaking into the village and causing trouble. Talking to Sumugi from the security corps team and see if you can help set things in order. Alright. I forgot that was a thing. Oh, look at him. He's sitting in a fireplace bed. Noshwat's just got a tank of water with some rocks. Poor dude. Yep. 3rd floor. I don't know why you keep getting in my way, dude. Ooh, there's more requests. I like how they light up. That's cool. Very useful. So splendid. You came along at a good time. I'm looking for a pickling stone. And you see, would you mind lending me a hand? It needs to be the right size to fit atop one of my pickling pots and heavy enough to put a nice firm pressure on the pickles while they're fermenting. But I suppose it'll be hard for me to lift such a heavy thing from the pot. Best thing would be for the stone to lift itself up, actually. Oh, I have a rather good idea. There's a Pokemon called Geodude that lives on Deer Track Heights. It would be perfect for the job. I'll head home and wait for you there. I have one. Don't leave. Gonna make me track her down. Oh well. So what's going on with you 3? what do you intend to do about that cleaver, Commander Kamado? He may be descended from a warrior of the almighty Sinnoh, but look at the mess he's causing. We can't sit back and let him rage on. You do get right to the point, Adaman. Time wasted is time lost. Well, tell me, what would you have us do? Cleavor is the precious lord of the Pearl Clan, is he not? Kill him. That's the point. My clan cannot intervene directly, where a lord of the Pearl Clan's concerned. If my people were to do something, our two clans might end up back at each other's throats, just like we used to be. But even folk of the Galaxy team have been wounded, haven't they? Seems someone's got to do something here. Who then? Would the Damon clan have the Pearl clan bring down one of its own honored nobles? I don't believe I said that. Thought it, maybe. You might as well have said it, you fool. Look, we don't even know what drove Lord Cleaver into such a violent frenzy. I'd like to know that myself. This is a first as far as my clan knows, too. I see you've arrived. What's up? This is Ulf, the newest member of our survey corps. He fell from the sky. Ah. I hear from Mai you've earned Weird Ear's favor. Good to finally meet you, stranger from the Rift. I am Adaman, leader of the Diamond Clan, if you want to be formal. But that's a mouthful. Just to call me Adaman. If you came from beyond the space-time rift, could you be from the space where Almighty Sinnoh is said to reside? He did talk to me, you know, as soon as I hit the start button on the game, he started talking to me. What is with your shoes, woman? I'm Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. Caution and foresight are my watchwords. Which is why I have trouble believing such a tale. Could you really have passed through that rift? More so pulled and dropped. I have a proposition. Why not send this one to study Cleavor before deciding what we must do? Yeah, look at those freaking bubble boots, dude. You'd send the stranger who supposedly fell from the rift to study Cleavor. This newcomer with no experience? Says the leader with almost no experience. Ooh, shots fired. Being a good leader isn't a matter of time. It's a matter of embracing Hisui's vastness without fear. Well then, there you have it. If how new you are doesn't matter, then let's give this kid his chance. I'm sold, Commander. Let's try this your way. This should be fun. I'll get to see how good you Galaxy folk really are, with all your weird ways. Putting Pokemon in those strange balls and what have you. That whole practice bothers me. Almighty Sinnoh made Hisui vast so Pokemon could live freely throughout. We're meant to stand alongside Pokemon, not count ourselves above them. We do not use Poké Balls from a desire to control our Pokemon. Only so that we can live together. Allow us to show you what we can do. This is your mission now, Wolf. I order you to study Cleavor and help us find the truth of this situation. Accept. I go. I got my helmet on. Remember that you are a stranger who appeared one day out of the very sky above us. People are naturally suspicious of your presence here. If you wish to be fully accepted and trusted, you must work hard. Work yourself to the very bone. I don't know what I am doing. Kermit the Frog's about to get his butt whooped. Well, that's settled. And there's no time like the present. The Lord of the Woods. Cleavor is descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's own power. No other Pokemon you've yet encountered can compare to his strength. Be warned. I got the dodge rolls going. This expedition team has come to the Hisui region as a group of outsiders. Some might even call us interlopers. And you're complaining about me being an outsider when your whole group and whole manufacturing settlement and setup is outsiders. Bruh. For real? We mustn't do anything to threaten our relations with the Diamond and Pearl clans, understand? Oh, creepy. Join me downstairs, Ulf. We'll cover the details of this new mission. That was terrifying. That was like Pennywise creeping over your shoulder, dude. Report to your captain. Yes, ma'am. I really wish you could jump in this game. I'm surprised you actually can't, believe it or not. You don't gotta jump very high. Ah, good. You're already here. Professor Laverton, the briefing is you, if you please. Yes, let's get right to it. So, Ulf, I understand you've been requested to find out the cause of Kleavor's frenzied state. But as you are aware by now, Kleavor is a mighty thing. Nigh invincible, even. The security corps tried throwing Poké Balls at Kleavor when they were attacked, but I'm afraid they didn't even come close to catching him. Seems he's far trickier an opponent than even those aggressive species of Pokemon that cannot be caught outside a battle once they're riled. I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. This mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it? No. Not even close. Very well. Then let's go over the particulars. The Diamond and Pearl clans revere their nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve their almighty Sinnoh. They leave offerings to express their gratitude to these Pokemon in locations they call the noble seats. So perhaps a good starting point for our research could be to find out what sort of offerings they normally leave for this Kleavor. Well, that's a good way to go about it. Oh, we need to speak with you. Listen, that rift in space-time seems like it connects this world to a whole other world. That world might be where some almighty Sinnoh itself resides. The true almighty Sinnoh, that is. The one that rules over time. So if you fell through the space-time rift, that might mean you traveled through time by almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it, you must have just been swimming in its divine might. Well, I've got a favor to ask of you, oh amazing time traveler. Don't just study Kleavor. Quell his frenzy. Well, you certainly caught us at a good time, young Adaman. We were just discussing our next steps with regards to this whole Kleavor situation. You must be that Galaxy Team scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now, let me elaborate a little. Those Pearl Clan types have a lot of respect for Kleavor. You heard his title, Lord of the Woods. I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too. But it's hard for them to come right out and ask those of the Galaxy Team of all people for help. And the truth is, we in the Diamond Clan have a similar problem on our hands. A Pokemon dear to us off in the mountains has flown into the same type of frenzy as Kleavor. Now there's certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl Clan, but still, we've all got to share Hisui. And that means we ought to tackle our problems together. But there aren't many capable of standing up to such powerful Pokemon. You're the best hope we've got. You'll find Kleavor at the Grand Tree Arena. That's in the very heart of the Heartwood. His warden is a boy named Leon. Leon is a brilliant child, but also a bit... sometimes brilliance can be blinding, you know. He'll tell you all about his beloved Kleavor, whether you wish him to or not. Anyway, I'm sure you're up to the challenge, so we'll be counting on you. See you later. He certainly left quickly once he'd finished. I suppose he really does value his time. Adam and I weren't wrong, you know. If you were to study and perhaps even quell Kleavor, you'd best start by visiting his abode. Our New Heights camp could be a handy place for setting out toward Grand Tree Arena. And you should stop by the pastures too. You'll want to choose the best Pokemon to bring. You think I'm actually good along those lines? I want my star! I actually forgot about that. Give me my star, woman. General, Captain, you've made progress. It seems you've earned yourself a star. Will they sell me heavy balls now so I don't have to make them? Because I've only seen the one black tumblestone. You can now use feather balls. Oh. I can craft feather balls. A sky tumblestone. What is... I haven't even found the black ones. Super potion. Oh, that's what the pep up plant's for. It's a potion and a pep up plant. Well, that's interesting. That's doorway. Well, I guess with that. Ooh. Finding yourself unable to pick up the materials you come across. Satchel always seeming full. If that sounds like you, it'd be wise to lend me your ear a moment and hear what I have to say. That's you. You can carry around even more in that satchel of yours if you learn the trick of packing things in. I can teach you if you like. What do you say? Yeah, this dude goes up 100 each time, I think. Is that correct? Yeah. One spot per increased payment. And that stuff's useful. Like the extra space is always useful. They have 2 more spots. I have a feeling I'm gonna need them. That's gonna get real expensive real soon. Because after 10, that's 1,000. Jeez. And I don't know how fast that increases. But I was hoping... Oh, I can straight from there. Oh. Useful. We'll use sell me materials to make things then. You want to check your recipes and stuff first. Oh, I missed that. So without further ado, here's the recipe. For what? Pokeshi dolls. Oh, that's what the sticks are for. Special items that we could make in this village. I would love to have you craft one and show it to me. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Are those just things to sell? I didn't know you were going to give me something. I was just kind of blowing through it looking for... your menu. Ooh, I can buy some from you. That is expensive. So I can make... Oh, I only have 1 piece of wood. Oh, this is just... Okay. Yeah, sky tumblestones. They're blue. Of course they are. You didn't really have anything that was useful to buy. But I gotta go back to Dude. Real quick. I will worry about you guys later. Send me to the field camp. So I can turn in that request. Really, dude? I certainly hope you're putting the secret backstrike technique I taught you to good use. Either way, I have some super potions here just for you. Oh, think nothing of it. Having the Survey Corps out and about studying Pokemon is great for business, you know. Supporting you now is actually an investment in my own fortunes. Well, you're not wrong. But now I must depart. There are ruins that are just calling my name. Can I leave now, please? I want to go finish that request. Just one request. Oh, I like how they did that. I like the drop menu. Or it's not just an abundant amount of things. You. I need you. Now that's a nice springy mushroom if I've ever did see one. I cheated. I'm glad I chose you for my request. You've got what it takes to be a fine mushroom forager. By the by, did you know that springy mushrooms like this one multiply in no time? That's why you'll find them all over the obsidian fields. That's why I've never seen one that was collectible so far. Don't you lie to me. I like how his name's Moral, though. That's really funny. And they're versatile, too. Fry them, stew them, stick them in a stew, and they'll taste great either way. But I digress. Let's get to teaching you my recipe. I'll just use that handy workbench over there. I needed more space in my inventory. And the mushroom cake. Beloved by Pokemon far and wide. Just throw one at a wild Pokemon, and if it's partial to a nice mushroom snack, you can bet your bottom toadstool it'll go after that cake lure. You can use that opening to make your getaway. Or, of course, try to catch the Pokemon. Here, I'll give you some of my own cake lure bases so you can get crafting right away. So I didn't actually need to buy any. Now get out there and throw generous, no gratuitous, number of mushroom cakes to lure Pokemon left, right, and center, you hear? I'm counting on you to make my recipe famous. Mushroom cake. Yay! That is all I wanted. That was it. How many of those can I actually make? Oh, nice. Those should be quite useful. Can I? Oh, yeah, I can. Cool. Move you. Sort you. Right now. Send you in there. And those are still going to be heavily useful. Oh. They do have their natural abilities from the other games. Ow, that was my ankle. Ooh, my ankle just popped. What does this do? I can name them? How many freaking... What? I didn't know there was more than one item box. Well, that's fancy. Okay, cool. I can just throw everything in there and not have to worry about it. I dig it. But, with that, will be the end of the episode. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please also consider hitting that subscribe button as well. And, if you know a way I can do something a little bit better, leave a comment down below. But I will see you guys in the next episode. Toodaloo.